History was made this weekend, March 9th, 2026 in Amsterdam. The globalists got a beating. The globalist elite, pedophiles, pedivores, satanic occult, got a reckoning. And it happened. And most of you never imagined it would happen. Many of you have been subject to the harm of the COVID jabs and many other things over these many decades and many eons. But let's focus on the now. I'm Danny Henderson. I'm a journalist and many other things. And I attended court, the High Court in Amsterdam, just yesterday. And the great lawyer Peter Stassen stood against 9 black-robed defendants as he sat in court in Amsterdam live and gave testimony for people who are vax injured. Originally there were 7 that were going to defend or state their case. Sadly, 1 has died. But let's focus on the great, and let's bless that great man's memory that left. History is being written by us, by you, by me, and our brothers and our sisters on this planet, and it's happening. Let me show you some of the things that happened this weekend. History was made today, and give me a moment. It's okay, we can do this. It's okay, we can do this. These things happen, and it's all right. It can't be perfect, there's no such thing. Today, and here is the great man who made it. Please, sir, introduce yourself.
My name is Peter Stassen. I'm a lawyer, advocate in the
Peter Stassen, lawyer, advocate.
Netherlands, and today I was acting at the High Court in Amsterdam on behalf of 3 of my clients for the appeal of hearing witnesses, experts, to get out the truth regarding the COVID-19 injections.
And you did an amazing job, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so sorry. I know it's frustrating. History was made today, and here is the great man who made it. Please, sir, introduce yourself.
My name is Peter Stassen. I'm a lawyer, advocate in the Netherlands, and today I was acting at the High Court in Amsterdam on behalf of 3 of my clients for the appeal of hearing witnesses, experts, to get out the truth regarding the COVID-19 injections.
And you did an amazing job, and I'm so proud of you. There were 9 people against you.
Yeah, there were 9 lawyers at the other side. In fact, only one of them was working. The rest only said, we agree with what Mrs. Meuring said, one of the lawyers acting also for the state. But the big thing is, today it was about the admissibility of getting experts in court to get evidence for what is the true nature of the COVID-19 injections. And the High Court said to the defendants, you do not need to react on everything that is stated in my written statements. You only need to react on the question, is this admissible or not? Can we have this procedure in appeal or not? Because there's a formal problem, and that's that the law says, it's changed in July 2025, it says in fact you cannot appeal. But okay, we still have case law, and I use this case law to explain that when fundamental rights in a procedure have been denied, there's always the possibility to appeal. And the other thing that I wanted to do is to show the judges that we now have so many facts There are so many facts that if you look at the official narrative, which is in the legislation everywhere in the world, the COVID-19 and the Wuhan story, and we all know it's not true. But now we have so many facts that you can show this is a not true narrative. So you must understand, and that's the point I try to make, you must understand that these parties do not tell the truth.
Yes, and you did, and you said, and you stated a satanic occult,
yeah, I said,
killing children, trafficking children. You told the truth, and you didn't hold back.
I also used as a novum the Epstein files. Why are they important in these proceedings? Why I use them? Because it was the official statement of the state of the Netherlands in the court documents that they said there is no elite who is evil and attacking the civilians and the people in the Netherlands. They deny that. So with these Epstein files, I could say, look, now we have the proof. There is a transhuman agenda from an evil elite, led from the bankers, which is also important. It's not about Epstein. Epstein is the servant of the bankers.
Yeah.
And just we made clear, so we could show that they don't tell the truth.
Yes.
And this should have been so fundamental that the court should have said, yes, we will honor this appeal and do this case again.
Yeah.
And we need to wait if they will do that, because this will be decided on April 9. But at least we had the possibility to give an hour of plea to make these points clear.
Yeah, and you were heard, and we don't have the same judicial system in England. You were allowed to give every single point and introduce Sonia Latipova and others and their evidence. You made history, and I hope you're proud of yourself. This is a great man, you guys. Look him up, Peter Stassen. Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay. So continuing and ignoring the fact that I am not a professional editor, and right now my clear evidence is being somewhat interrupted, let me go to another point of reference of the weekend that happened live with Sonia. I was sitting with Sasha Latipova, next to Shannon Joy, and waiting for the system to start. The judge is getting in place. This is the famous Sonia. I'll be getting video with her later. And I'm sitting next to Andrew Bridgen. Everyone's getting settled in here. It is a historic day. Say hello. So we were interrupted, and I was listening. Oh, there's... And say your full name, please. Ah, no filming. Okay. Not allowed to film inside the court. Here is Andrew Bridgen, former MP, and the great Fiona Rose Diamond, a beautiful activist that stood for the activism against the digital ID and many others. Oh goodness, what on earth? Okay, we're just going to go back to the share of the three of us standing outside the court, the High Court in Amsterdam. Moments after Peter Stassen spoke and appealed against the genociding, pedophile, Epstein list, and more important, the 6 representatives, the witnesses who have been COVID injured, were there, and he represented them. And I took a cheeky snap because I'm a bit cheeky, but you have to act in the moment. You have to know that every being, I'm just a human like you. We all have the power to interrupt and state and name what we are doing. And in that moment, in this beautiful moment, I took the opportunity to photograph this great man. I'm outside with Andrew Bridgen here. Justice in Amsterdam with Andrew Bridgen, witnessing COVID, the Epstein files, the satanic occult, all coming out in court. Andrew, what happened in there?
Well, it was hard-hitting evidence by the advocate. You can't put that back in the box. That genie's out of the box. It's on the record. The judges look very, very uncomfortable. We know that the judicial system is completely corrupt in the UK. What we're going to see now is when the evidence is all laid before them, how corrupt or not the system is in the Netherlands. And quite honestly, the only way to get justice now in the world is the judges have got to be more scared of you than they are of the people who are blackmailing them. And that pressure is building on the judiciary worldwide, looking at how many people are there today in court. The people know, and the judges were very, very uncomfortable. It's fascinating.
It was so awkward, and they weren't allowed to speak while evidence is being given and the case is being read, and it was incredible. There's like 13 black robe people in there, 4 on the front bench.
9 against 1.
Yeah.
We'll see what the legal representative for the wealthy elite have got to say this afternoon.
Exactly, but you know, the cards are crumbling. The house of cards built by the likes of Epstein, his gang, Bill Gates, and those other genociding, paedophilic, satanic, baby-eating murderers, and that's what it is. We heard those terms used in court today. That wasn't being held back, so nothing, as you said, is going to stop this genius out the bottle forever now. Andrew Bridgen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do a short one.
I was live in court, live in the front row, thanks to Fiona Rose Diamond. And I was writing in court, I am live in court, Amsterdam, Bill Gates COVID murder trial. That's what I chose to call it. Oh my God, live in court, they're saying Gates got money from JP Morgan, who funded the WHO, the World Health Organization. Lol. All secured profits from this. All of them, so many people secured profits from the WHO, knowing what the COVID jabs were going to do. They made billions of jabbing, killing, maiming people. We all know this, but it's being said in court. It was being said in court. This can't ever go back in the box. Ever again. There are 13 legal black robe wearing judges or defendants here. The injured are sitting here. I'm in the front row reporting, sitting with Sonia Patalova, the great pharmacologist, scientist who did the amazing COVID trials. This great lady, this great goddess. Expert witnesses were there. Fiona Rose Diamond, activist. Andrew Bridgen, former UK MP. Lawyer Peter Stassen, the bravest man on earth right now, is saying vaccines are a way to sterilize women and abort babies via the reporting, the scientific reports he's been given. The files are severely redacted, the Epstein files, but they admit a satanic network. The Dutch state is lying. Every state is lying. Every country is lying and working with the elite, the globalist, worm scumbags. These records being spoken in this court, these records were being spoken live in the court. I'm sitting there typing these words. No one has been prosecuted yet. All protectors of a global mafia and the mafia silencing code. When you think mafia, it's not the Italians and spaghetti shops. It's not gangs. It's the elites that run the world, my loves. The silencing code. I'm typing this up live. It is happening in real time in the court, March 9th, 2026, in Amsterdam, in the High Court. History was made today. Share it out. Do your part. We need everyone to stand for humanity. We need this global cabal to be stepped down. It is us who are doing this. All of us together. No one above another. All voices for the good of all matter. Share. Share.
Well, we're outside the Courts of Justice in Amsterdam, ready for a very important hearing.
That's right. Fiona Rose Diamond, what are we doing here?
Yeah, so we're here at the Court of Appeal today because they have... Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying. So this is about expert evidence hearing. They applied to the court to have a separate hearing with regards to the 5 expert witnesses giving evidence in this case. And there's 7...
Oh! How rude, sir! How very rude are you? Anyway, it's COVID injuries. It's people bringing Bill Gates and other arsehole genocide.
Yeah, 7 people have been injured or grieved. What's he doing? Hold on a second.
How rude.
No, that's it. How can I
fine.
do that?
Yeah.
That's something we're going. Should we do it
Of
at
course.
lunchtime?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh.
I'm putting it on
So-
because even the distractions that we
Yeah,
get.
exactly.
Yeah, deliberate.
7 injured and bereaved. They've had 1 or more Pfizer shot. That case was filed, I believe, in July 2023. The case has been ongoing. Bill Gates has been ordered to attend. He absolutely has to attend. I love this camera, by the way.
Yeah.
As does Albert Bourla, who's the CEO of Pfizer, the former Dutch PM, Dutch media, other accountable bodies, health ministers, did I say media as well, Dutch media?
Yeah.
About the lies and coercion that were spread by the likes of Bill Gates, Bourla and the media that forced people and coerced people into getting the COVID jab. Those people have consequently been injured and harmed psychologically as well, obviously, as everybody has. So that's been ongoing for a long time. What they did in the meantime, in March of 25, was to, I'm sorry this is so long, was file for a preliminary evidentiary hearing where they wanted to put the evidence before the court, open scrutiny, to have the defendants also submit evidence, so there'd be disclosure as well. That appeal was denied for that preliminary hearing. The trial's still happening. It's all still happening. But we're here today because that appeal was, that request was denied. So we're appealing that decision from the lower court in the Court of Appeal today. Regardless of what happens today, this case is happening. Regardless of what happens, Bill Gates and Bourla, and the Dutch PM and the health ministers will face this civil litigation. But this is about exposure. This is about the message.
And it's about making history and taking the monsters to court and to justice. And they can't hide anymore. And that's why we're here.
Public scrutiny.
Over and out. Thank you, Fiona Rose Diamond.
Sorry.
No, darling, that was great. Where are we at?
The press group and with politician or former MP Andrew Bridgen, who I think is a modern day hero. He's one of the few people that stood up against COVID in the Houses of Parliament, and the bullies there made him sit on his own in a dining hall. Well done, big boys and big girls. Anyway, sitting here reading the book Tesla and the Cabbage Patch Kids, written by my friend Guy Anderson, who's speaking at my world global famous now at this point Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection event. It's happening in England this year, September 10th, 11th and 12th. So I'm going to Amsterdam now to witness the dragging the serial killing genocider Bill Gates into court. He's probably not going to be there in person because cowards try and avoid as long as they can. They think they're above the law. They make the law, and they're hoping that they can get rid of enough of us so that we won't take these monstrous assholes to task, which of course we are. Fauci will follow, Soros and others. We know it's happening. It's never going to stop. I want you to remember that books like this are bringing the truth back on Tataria, the Kingdom of Sabir, our hidden history. What these asshats are trying to do is basically do another human reset. They're trying to reset us, put us in camps, jab us, make us sick, wipe us out. It's all true. It's all out there. At this stage, if you're not keeping up, that's okay. You will. I want to say that people that keep pushing you to the 2027 date, be careful of them, because disclosure's happening now. It started really full force last year, 2025. We're now in early March 2026. This is the year, because if you wait and do nothing, and we get to 2027, guess what? Agenda 30, they're trying to drag it. Yeah? 2027, they want us at war. They're trying to drag us into war now. So wake up, step forward, be peaceful, come together, unify, use your voice, change everything around you, the school boards, the local hospitals, the local authorities, everything, question everything. Do not let a singular religion overrun the countries, Scotland, England, Wales, Ireland. Come on, people, we've got to unite. We've got to unite in peace. This is our world. This is our country. This is our planet. And it doesn't get to be given away to a bunch of asshats, okay? End of story. My name's Danny Henderson, and I love humanity. Come to my conference. David Icke's going to be there, Billy Carson, Kathy O'Brien, who survived abuses at the White House and the Pentagon. So much to say here. Click the link underneath. It gives you all the information on the subjects that we cover. It's uncensored. It's galacticspiritualinformers.com. That is the only website you need. galacticspiritualinformers.com. I'll be your host, Danny Henderson, thinking of you. Let's get together.
Now let's move here. This other great lawyer was supposed to be in the Netherlands on March 9th alongside his colleague Peter Stassen. But Bill Gates masturbates, jailed this great man. Arno van Kessel, an attorney representing a class action lawsuit of 7 individuals, but now there are 6, in the Netherlands against Bill Gates, for the harm associated with the COVID vaccine. Peter Stassen is an attorney working alongside Kessel in this indictment. The lawsuit claims that Gates played a significant role in the pandemic or the plandemic response that led to widespread vaccinations, and that he, among others, misled the public on the safety and efficacy of COVID-19 vaccines, despite having knowledge of potential adverse effects. Please honor the name of this man. He's now out of prison, being treated like a criminal, having to wear an ankle bracelet, treated like a criminal, this great brave man. Now let's go here. This is my YouTube. Now, I cover every imaginable MK Ultra, system breaking, system disgusting, the ancients that were sacrificed, everything, the military here. These guys speaking at my conference, soldiers and sex slaves on the moon. Nothing on my channel is not real or true. I interview witnesses around the world, great men and great women, scientists, doctors, people in the military. It is all connected. Here is my website, my YouTube channel, Danny Henderson, GISIC Conference, Galactic Spiritual Informers Conference, happening every year and happening this year. The speakers this year are David Icke, Billy Carson, Kathy O'Brien, CIA Pentagon mind control survivor, speaking out on the world for 35 years, just like David Icke, 35 years, telling the truth of what's happening on this planet. Praveen Mohan, telling you the secrets of the Hindu ancient temples, the ancient technology that was redacted from history. Tony Rodriguez, kidnapped by the American military, used in programs as a little tiny boy, torture MK Ultra programs. The American military and others fund. Nikki Allen is bringing the spiritual part to connect our hearts. Max Lowen, as a little girl born into a hierarchical bloodline family, was trafficked under the Vatican. There are over 50 miles of tunnels underneath the Vatican. I bring you the truthers. This man is active American military. His name is Jorge Pabon. We call him JP. He only just took off his mask. He is allowed by the American military to give information on what is happening. And he is about to release something massive. Not only the canyons, the Grand Canyons in America, the hidden, ancient, technological Egyptian history hidden from all of us. Guy Anderson is the man who is bringing the ancient Tartaria, the Tartarian Empire, which was the old world, those amazing, incredible buildings, those sculptures. What happened? Why do we live in boxes today? Because this ancient, amazing, incredible history has been hidden from us. And at my conference, we tell the truth. We bring everything else together. There is I. There is I. And so, let me take you back here. Now, this weekend was historical, but please don't imagine it's just about the COVID jabs and the COVID injured, exposing the global elite parasites, pedivores. Do you know what a pedophile is? Do you know what a real pedophile is? Unfortunately, if you haven't seen my channel before, or many, many thousands of others that are speaking out and telling you the truth of the world that you live in, I know it's devastating. I know it's devastating, but you have to be strong.
You have to be strong, because we are beloved humans and we live for the good, and we have this beautiful planet that we live on. And there are beings, there are hybrids, there are sociopaths, there are psychopaths. They weren't just born 50, 60, 70 years ago. This goes on much further back, much further back. But every single imaginable system on this planet that you reside on, your planet, this is your planet, this is your home. Why are you forced to breathe in the chemtrails, the planes that are spraying globally, barium, strontium, aluminum, aluminium, these metallic particles that all come together, and you breathe them in your upper respiratory system? These are nanotechnology particles. They are magnetic. They are electromagnetic frequency. They have an ability to all reassemble, reassemble as particles in your airways, in your injections, inside your bodies, to create a technology in your biology. There's too much to explain here, and I don't want to come off as some mad person, nor do I care. I don't care. I know, and most of you also know. Even a year ago, there may have been 5 out of 10 that were awake and aware. COVID, as evil as it is, has been a blessing, not to the beloved that have departed, not to those currently suffering, but something happened that the globalist pedivores didn't assume would happen. We woke up, we awakened, we had so many hours in our days, but we didn't have to drive to work, get to work, go through tunnels, pay this, pay that, be at work, be stressed. There was a moment, an equilibrium of peace that happened. When you see people out there talking about your world, they're talking about aliens, off-planet ETs. Don't dismiss it, because your militaries have technology. Some call it anti-gravity technology. Some call it reversive technology. There are many other terms for it. But we have an ability to fly from this earth to the moon in 10 minutes. So everything you were taught about the speed of light, for example, it's all total bollocks. You were lied to for decades, for generations, and so are your families. Don't be upset. Just take a breath and imagine if what I, Danny Henderson, is saying is true. Just take a breath. Just take a rest, because we are so superior, we are so advanced. But there is a group of people on this planet, well, people really is an uplift in the true title. They literally want to take over your planet. They want you all living in little tiny boxes, square boxes, not round dome homes, square boxes. There's so much to say here, too much to say here. And I don't want to distract from the incredible weekend I just witnessed. I was in the front row in the House of Law in the High Court in Amsterdam, and I witnessed the great lawyer and advocate for Holland speak against the globalist elite. And he did that. And so the needle moved. The elite, they call themselves the elite, the scumbags, the asshats that run the world, they have failed and they are failing. And now they are holding hard what is called Agenda 30. The United Nations. Now, not everyone in the United Nations is a bad person, of course. But when you take time to look at who created that, what is that for? There are many, many global, hierarchical
systems that perceive themselves to be save the children, la la la. Unfortunately, your world is nothing like you were told it was. And I will stop here because I feel like I've given enough at this point. But I am Danny Henderson, and I love humanity, and I love you. And no matter where you've come from, no matter what color you be, or what you believe, or what religion you've been programmed with, because we're programmed with a religion, there is a love inside of you that you need to drop back inside of and recognize that the world you live on is changing, is shifting. And this weekend in Amsterdam, in Holland, in the Netherlands, where the Bilderbergs and all these awful, horrific globalists have come for many years, something changed. Consciousness of the people, consciousness of the planet, it shifted. And you can say what you want, and you can attack, and you can discredit, but you failed because something beautiful happened, and it will never stop, and it will keep rising and rising. No matter what they say, no matter what they say, drop into your heart. Think of the happiest things, the loveliest things. That is your moment of freedom. When you rise your power inside of you that only you own and no one else does, you change the frequency and the energy around you. And if you're not able to understand that, that's okay. You'll catch up. But for those of us that know what I'm talking about, it's go time. Your voice matters, your heart matters, your soul matters, and all of us together. The loneliest woman of a religion that has to cover up her face and her mouth and not breathe. The loneliest child that feels he or she has no ability to speak. Something is shifting now in 2026 in March, and you are part of it. So keep your energy high, keep looking, keep reading, but keep pulling back here. Because if you let the outside influence you, that's where you lose. When you bring the love inside and you just keep going there and don't think, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but. No, no, that's how they get you. There's a global mind control, programs of every system, but we have power. We have the power and we have the love. I want to say a special thanks to Fiona Rose Diamond, beautiful activist who got me the front row seat in court today in Amsterdam, March 9th, 2026, to witness Peter Stassen, the lawyer. I sat with Sasha Patalova, Andrew Bridgen, former MP, and other beautiful people. We moved the needle. And when I say we, I mean us, humanity. Stay strong, keep going, be your own counsel, and know that history was made. And you are part of it. Don't get down, don't get depressed. When you get down, the energy on the planet drops down. And that is how the elites feed of us. Your power is to think joy, to think happiness, to push your energy battery up, because they feed off your energy, off your misery, off your terror, off your fear. Your defense is joy, love, and happiness. These are the powers that you possess. My name is Danny Henderson. Subscribe to my channel so I can give more of what is happening. Check out my Facebook and look at the people I mentioned today. The needle of humanity and consciousness moved today. and you are part of this. I send love to you from my heart to yours, and I will see you soon.